Guys and family, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Let's talk. Let's gist. Let's vibe. So today I want to talk about frequency, and I want to talk about how you can boost your frequency and connect more with God. If that's if you want to call it that, your higher self or your ancestors or spirit realm basically. And I want to start with something very basic. When you talk about frequency, the most basic thing to use in talking about frequency is music, because music is frequency, right? And music is something that doesn't need your permission. Once music is playing and you listen to it, whether you like it or not, you are dialed to that frequency. And if you're dialed to that frequency, it doesn't knock on your door and ask for, can you let me in so that you can listen to me? It doesn't work that way. The moment you hear it, you're on that frequency now, provided you keep listening to it, right? There's music all around us. And how do we make music? In the studio, how do you make music? With organs, instruments, right? So the organs make the frequency of the track. And that frequency is what the melody is of the music. That's why there's some music that will put you on a rock state. Oh my God, white people music, right? And there's some music that will put you in a love state, R&B and jazz. There's some music that will put you in a soul state, talk about jazz, blues. There's some music that will put you in an aggressive state. That's like talk about hip hop and all those stuff, right? Cool. So it's all frequency, right? Now, the same applies to us when we talk about spirituality. What is the largest organ that we have? Our skin. I know you have kidneys, you have lungs, you have spleen, you have liver, you have all this good stuff. But the largest organ on your body is not that. It's your skin. Your skin is the largest organ you have. So why does our skin look the way it does? Why are we darker in complexion? It's because of melanin, right? And this melanin is what helps the black man and the black woman connect to nature the way we do. That's why we tend to be more spiritual, more connected to the universe. If you want to destroy a black man's psyche, destroy his environment, his psyche will follow. Because why? That's how we are connected. That's how our ancestors, when they want to do rituals, when they want to do certain ceremonies, festivals, they always do it in their surrounding, in nature. You get me? And even when you talk about herbalism and talk about spirituality, talk about people who are native doctors, babalawos, them, the way they heal people is through nature. They are surrounding. They understand the certain chemistry that if you use this leaf, it will cure your stomach pain. If you use this leaf, it will help with your eyesight. If you use this leaf, it's all about knowing how they're connected to their environment. True or false? Now, what helps them do that? They tap into the frequency of their environment. That's why you see most of them, you find them in the bush, in the forest, in nature, because they have to be surrounded by trees, plants, natural things. That is why you see the opposite of that is what they call artificial intelligence. They want us living in cities. They want us living in an artificial environment, because that is a controlled environment. It's not natural. And as a melanated man and woman, you are weakest in that state, on that plane, in that environment. You get me? So here's the point I'm making. When we talk about how you're going to boost your frequency, you have to start with first knowing yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself. When you take care of the largest organ in your body, it does something, because this is where energy comes in through your body. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for instance, you step into a room that has a gas leak. Your eyes are not going to see the gas leak. Your nose will be able to perceive it, that something is wrong here. Something is not right here. Why? Because the eyes can't see everything. So when you deal with people who make you feel like you have to see a physical Jesus first before you know, oh, you are saved. Oh, you are here. They are Jesus Christ have come back. Oh, thank you. Nigga, that's brainwashing. You have to come back to reality. Because now you have to use your other senses, and the largest organ you have is this. When this gets charged by the sun, you electrify, your cells electrify, and it does something to your brain. And what it does to your brain is it decalcifies your pineal gland. That's why they tell you about Jacob fighting an angel at Mount Pineal in the Bible. Nigga, the Bible is not a literal book. It is very allegorical. It's like a book of parables, but twisted, and it has been edited, because all those things come from Dead Sea Scrolls that our ancestors wrote. but they've been edited to the point where they can be used to brainwash you. So you have to be careful what you read. Because you read something doesn't make it true. You have to be able to use your discernment. God gave you a brain for a reason, right? But if you don't give this brain the right tools, you can't use it the right way. Take care of your organ, because if your organ is damaged, if you bleach it to death, if you apply different chemicals to it, if you poison it, it won't give you the right frequency you're looking for. We have this mentality that when someone is getting darker, it's like, more, especially when they go through a lot, like when they deal with this one. But that's not the truth. All those things are just brainwashed ways of thinking, because the darker you are, the stronger your melanin content, and that the stronger your connection to the unseen forces, nigga, what your eyes can't see. You can sense it. We are literally key holders. We are holding the keys to the cosmos, but we don't know it. But instead, they've deceived us, brainwashed us to now start chasing a physical Jesus with a bone straight hair, coming with wings. Oh, I'm here to save you now. Nigga, nobody's coming to save you. You gotta save yourself. That's why things in the world keep getting worse and worse every day. Because why? We are the keys. We have these keys, but to have access to these keys, your frequency gotta change. They tell you God is love for a reason. God is love because love is the highest frequency apart from authenticity. But you gotta know what love is before you can be authentic, because you gotta love yourself before you become authentic with the love you have. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. So, point I'm making is this. You want to fix your frequency, take care of your organs. If you damage your organs, you can't make the right frequency anymore. Because there are certain beings on here that don't have the soul. They lack the capacity to get on that frequency you can. And they're making you feel like it is impossible to do that. That's why they had to create what you call a religion for you to be distracted by. You feel me? It's not that difficult, man. And I'm not trying to preach either. I'm just simply explaining quantum physics, because it's all physics. It's consciousness science. Once you've known something, you cannot unknow it. Once you've learned something, you cannot unlearn it. Once you have knowledge, you are unfit to be a slave. And the answers have been enslaved enough. It's time to be free. Free yourself.